All right, so in this session, we'll be looking at relational operators in R. In our previous session, we looked at arithmetic operators in R. So if you have not watched that video, I urge you to watch before you jump into this session. So let's comment. Relational operators in R. Right. We are using our previous script file. So how do we compare two quantities? We need these relational operators to help us write our own functions, right? So we can compare two quantities by making use of what the less than symbol, greater than symbol, the less than or equal to, greater than or equal to or not equal, right? This is what we're looking at in this session. So let's first of all create some variables, all right, so that it makes our work nicer. So create variable, right? So let's assign 4 to x, let's assign -2 to y, and let's assign 15 to z, right? So I think we are good to go. Let's use a character in this. Let's use a character. Let's say name, right? So we are using a character instead. So now let's look at once we have this, let's start. So is x greater than y? Is this statement true or false? Because we are dealing with relational operators, the result is always going to be either true or false. So this basically, what this means is that the left hand side object is greater than the right hand side object, right? So let's run this and see our results. Let's first of all run this objects, the variables that we created. So run. Okay, so now we can run this. Alright, so it says it's true, right? Then, and we can see that indeed 4 is greater than what? -2. So let's look at, is x greater than or equal to y? So this basically saying that the left hand side object is greater than or equal to the left hand side object, right? So let's modify this. Let's see 4 times 2, and let's make this times -4, right? Let's modify this. So let's run this and see if it is greater than or equal to. So run. It says true. Why? Because if you run this one is 4 times 2, you're gonna get 8. Y is -2 times -4, you're going to get 8. So it's going to be true, right? So that's it. Now let's look at this is x less than y. Is this statement true? So this is basically saying that the left hand side object is less than the right hand side object, right? So let's see if it is true or false. So it's false, and we can see that this statement is indeed false, right? So we are good to go. Now let's look at let me copy this, paste. So we want to look if this is less than or equal to y, right? So I also modify this. Let's make this +5, right? And let's make this times 3, right? So this basically saying that the left hand side object is less than or equal to the right hand side object, right? So let's see this statement is true or false. So run, says false, because we have 4 plus 5 is 9. This becomes minus 2 times 3 is minus 6, so definitely it is still false, right? Now let's try and see with let's try and use x. Is x less than or equal to z? Let's try this and see the results. This is a character, right? Let's see the output. It says true, right? It says true, but this is a character, so I think I was not even expecting to get a result, but it's true. That's very funny. Let's try with is x greater than z? So this is how sometimes you have to be careful when you are dealing with a character and a value, a number. You want to look at a relation. It doesn't make sense to say a number is greater than a character, right? But the programming language saying that is true. Let's look at this. It says false. So how do we know that is 4 less greater than a character? This is very funny. So you have to be very careful when you are programming, when you are trying to compare character with an object, right? Or want to compare a value, a number, a digit with a character. It doesn't make sense to look at a relation. So this is just something that you have to be careful with. Let's continue. Now let's look at the equality symbol. So with the equality symbol, we are going to use 2 equality sign, right? So we want to see if x is equal to y. So the left hand side object is equal to the right hand side object, right? So let's say this, if this one is true, run. It says false. Yeah, we can see that it's very false, right? What if it's not equal? So I'm gonna check this. I want to see if it's not equal. So this not equal, I'm gonna use this symbol, right? The exclamation mark with equality sign to show that x is not equal to y, right? So let me modify this x minus 2, and this is what times minus 1, right? So this, is it not equal to this? The left hand side object is not equal to the right hand side object. So let's say this. It says it's false, right? So this gives us 2, and y is minus 2 times, it's also going to give us what, 2, right? So it's going to be basically false, right? So I think we are good to go. So this basically is some of the basic relational operators in R, right? So if you find value in this video, please don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification to get any updates. Thank you for watching.